I have enough room for that? I do. Wheeled vacuum molder. That's right, I don't have my crook. God damn it. Why are you guys coming in after me now? Alright, what's going on? Oh, I'm wielding the vacuum molder. I gotta stop trying to attack with the vacuum molder. Now they're blocking my exit and I'm getting eaten. This is what I did not want to have happen. Wow, is this bad all of a sudden? Alright, that went downhill pretty quick. Huh. Owie. Alright, stop the bleed. All right. Man, I still want that. That book. It's important that I get that book. Really unhappy about those little guys getting involved and tearing me up. Let's do the same thing, though. Drop the 2 items there. 7.4 hopefully is enough. Hope that guy doesn't come out of the other room. Yeah. Wield. Chemistry for kids. Run away. Cool. Stop the bleed, and off we go. Hey there, Hunter. Where'd you come from? Alright, that was a nice stop for us. We got a hold of a couple of important books. Chemistry for Kids will get us started on the whole applied science run. So now, once we get to 3, we'll be able to make rubber cement if we can get the materials together. And we also picked up the high-level tailoring book to get us tailoring 6. And the mid-level, I guess. 6 is about as far as I usually take it. 6 or 7 anyway, so that's perfect. So we've got Fab covered to 6 on books. We've got tailoring covered to 6. We've got electronics to, I think that goes to 6. Don't care about survival. Don't care about food handling generally. And we've got applied science to 3 and then beyond. So we're covered there. And we've got the first computer book. So we're still missing 2 computer books. And I think the high-level mechanics books. That covers us pretty much. Applied science, electronics, fab, don't care, tailoring, get computer books, And, oh yeah, healthcare. Well, mechanics and healthcare and computers. Those are the only ones we're really missing. Cool. And all it cost me was a boatload of hit points. I see nothing else I want to raid so far in the town. We've got Amigo Scout Tower again. Not sure. There's a lot of reason for me to head into a bunch more houses, unless they're particular houses. Animal shelter could have certain drugs. I'm not going to worry about that. Look out, kitty cat, coming through. And I won't turn down free trips into houses. I do still need as many bottles as I can get a hold of. Musician? Another tailoring one. I think we're pretty flush on tailoring materials. Ooh, an aluminum bat. I like the wood bats better. We'll ignore that one. This town's pretty big. Starting to get a bit sprawly. Either giant ladybug, shock zombie, and a bunch of flyers. Coming around from a wrestler. Alright, so we're starting to see some pretty good upgrade variants. Where all this, I haven't seen a fiery trench in a while either. Oh crap, that's Amigo Scout. Oh crap, oh crap. I was about to ask, I haven't seen any Amigo Scouts near the Amigo Tower recently. I need to get out of his range before he shoots me to death. Kevlar vest isn't going to be enough. More explosions. Yeah, this is a really big town. Fat zombie and just a fat zombie so far. Alright, here's another opportunity. Come to me, fat zombie. I will fight you in the window. And then on the counter. Steel jerry can. I might be able to use that to replace a 60-liter tank for like gas. I don't need a huge amount of gas on hand. So let's wield that. Actually, I think I put my socket wrench away. Yeah, I don't have bolt turning to take it apart down here. This will be the part where I forget I'm wielding it, and I try to smash somebody in the face with it, and then I wonder why I'm moving so slow. Somebody was banging away over in one of these rooms. Yeah, I can go without a bedroom. Alright, so I want steel jerry can. And we'll sort out the parts later. Ranch to the north, huh? And we hit a forest. Well, you either have to wrap back around the city. I haven't found the industrial side yet. I'm assuming it has one. We haven't seen the nameplate either. Nameplate's usually centrally located, so that's saying it's a pretty big city. So it's either wrap all the way back around or we go north to investigate. 64%. We've already burned a third of this full battery. Ouch. And I haven't seen an opportunity to grab any new ones. Might have to test out how long it takes me to charge it back up again with the solar panels we've got. But possibly doing a small stay up here at the ranch might be in order. I can test how long a full day's charge with the solar panels put on the batteries. We can intersperse some reading and crafting practice with battery charging. Let's head on up there and see what the situation looks like. Wouldn't be a bad time to do some reading anyway, so I can get some hit points recovered. Alright, and we'll check the place out first. Not usually much in the way of zombie presence here in this location. Three more jars for our acid bombs. No space. How no space? Dang it. I'm unloading the wrong thing. Really? An excavator here? Huh, interesting. I don't usually see the excavator in here. It's even drivable. Big benefit for the excavator is the boom crane right there. That's the big daddy for lifting capacity. Bowsaw again. Oh, now, brown cow. Nothing but the step ladder. Nothing but the step. Back away from the door, Mr. Cow. Forgot to check the underground area last time we had one of these. 3-liter canned meat, sure. Half-liter maple syrup. half liter. Homebrew beer. No thanks. And a regular bicycle. Bubble wrap. Wakes you up when zombies step on it. Alright, we got 8 acid bombs ready to go, and I can make more just by unloading some of the jars. I think we're pretty well ahead of the curve on that now. Forget how many Molotovs I already made. We've got 12 Molotovs ready to go. Alright, 1, 2, 3 Molotovs. And I've got 3 acid bombs. That'll be enough for running around purposes. Yeah, it's a hit point system. They just use the bars to represent the hit points. You can actually change your interface. That'll show you the hit point values instead of the bar system. I forget which one it is, but there's one of the systems somewhere you can change to get the hit point numbers. It used to be there was a trait that would let you do it. Actually, you can see it. I thought you could see it in one of these. So your strength category, when you highlight it, will show you your base hit points. 76? 12 strength, 76 base hit points? What the hell? That's not right. 8 strength used to be 84 base hit points. How is 12? Oh, I've got, no, I don't have, I'm not frail or anything. Unless it's counting the glass jaw, maybe it's showing me the base hit points for the head. 20% lower. I bet you that's what's happening. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, well, however. Alright, let's grab some books. Which skill was I working on? Tailoring. I was trying to get tailoring to 5. That should be plenty for now. I have a yogurt and Toastum 1, Toastum 2, sugary cereal, chocolate bar, pudding. There's a stack of positive morale. Activate the MP. Oops, what happened to my MP3 player? Did we rename my MP3 player or did I actually ditch it? No, I have it in inventory. It's just not loaded. Yeah, we'll stand over here in the light. Alright, let's do some reading. Tailoring first. I've got bandaging and disinfectant on the important ones. Off we go. Here's theoretical 5. And let's go ahead and push it to 6, where I want it to end up. Managing is still good. Go tank up on fun foods again. Getting too dark to read. Well, we made it to 60-something% as soon as it finishes the next tick. And we're tired, which is good. Alright, let's have cheese. Water. And, dehydrated lobster. Ah, I'm all full up. Still very thirsty? Alright. Wait 30 minutes. Have some water. How we doing? Still normal weight. I'm trying to push the weight up. No blankie. We shouldn't need a blankie. Alright, average. We'll go ahead and throw another bandage on. We got plenty. Whoops. Yeah, morale controls your focus value. So if you look at your morale screen, I have nothing affecting my morale currently, and our focus is 110. So this is a multiplier for how much XP you get for activities, whether it's reading, whether it's practicing something, like when you're fighting, when you're practicing your dodge and your bash and so on. Whatever action you do, you get awarded a set amount of XP, and that is multiplied by whatever your focus is. So if you would be awarded 100 XP, and you have 110 focus, you get 110 XP. If you have 50 focus, you only get half of the XP, you get 50 XP, etc. So trying to maintain a high focus is important for skill training. It's also really hard to do because the focus value drains every time you use it. So it'll drop rapidly when you're reading, when you're fighting, when you're crafting. It'll drop down to 20, 30, 50, whatever. Really hard to maintain while you're actively doing anything. It's something you kind of pump up ahead of time. And there are passive ways to try to raise it a little bit, which is music. You can listen to music to give yourself a little bit of a bump. So if I go and listen to my music, we let a few rounds go by, and I check my morale. I now have positive morale because of the music, which is going to push my focus up to 115, is what it's going to trend up to. But as soon as I start reading something, like a book here, watch this number right here and watch what happens when I start reading. Well, that one didn't count. We'll read this one. So it's hard to maintain it. So basically you try to front load your focus with eating fun foods. So when I'm going through my food list, I'm looking at the joy column here. And I'm picking things with 10 to 20 on the joy column. So that tends to be candies and Toastums and chocolate bars and so on. That's just to load up my morale and my focus ahead of time a little bit. Most of the time I just ignore it. Mostly I do this just for demonstration training purposes for new players that want to min-max this kind of stuff. But I found it largely irrelevant for the most part. I usually just read and don't really care or pay attention to the focus values. It's going to tank anyway, and it spends less of my real-world time just to power through it than it does to do 15, 20 extra key presses to go find and then eat the different foods and turn on the music and all that kind of stuff. I value my real-world free time more than I value my in-game time, so I tend not to worry too much about it. Food and MP3. That's pretty much the only things I do. Eat some fun foods, turn on the music, and then read or craft, read or craft, read or craft. And if I get a chance, eat some more food. That's about the extent of it that I'll do with it. Alright, so how far did we get? We got a full heal. That was one of the things we wanted to accomplish. We got our tailoring. We're at 91% on theoretical, so I'm going to finish reading the book until we hit 100. We'll get to 6 theoretical. Then next thing we craft in tailoring, we'll shoot the XP of our practical side up pretty quickly. So let's just finish this up. They'll probably hit the road. 99, right there. Alright, we're all done with that one. That book is complete, so it turns yellow. And we'll drop the other ones. I think I'm done reading for the moment. Next, I think we'll probably go into... So, Fab will mostly take care of itself for crafting. It's one of the easiest skills to level up. Tailoring gets a little trickier. We now have the different tailoring materials from those basements we've been finding. So if we look up tailoring recipes, we've got a lot more stuff that's available. Plus, I've been gathering up some leather components, so... Oh, we have survivor options now, do we? Not the boots, of course. Only going to take a week. A week to make light survivor gloves. With massive fail numbers, because we're missing all of the proficiencies. Nah, not worried about that. Still plenty of recipes out there that haven't been incorporated into the proficiency part. So, things like an axe ring holster is level 4, which I am. Requires tools, but has no proficiencies, and just requires some basic parts. We got plenty of duct tape, we got leather, we got thread, we got buttons, we got scrap metal, we got nails. If I could make these to get XP, unfortunately it only takes 20 minutes. I really need longer times, so I'd actually probably make something with the terrible time to make, as long as I can mitigate the fail chance, which would use up extra materials, or have the materials be so common that I don't care if I use up extra materials. So Gambison, that's a lot of a couple of the parts I don't want to do. A knit cowl, 5 hours. I don't have a lot of felt sheets, and I don't care about most of these. And that's easy, so it'd be just the felt sheets. But I'm going to get us 5 hours of training with a couple of levels of theoretical, which would speed up the process. So if I could bump my focus back up to 100 something and then start this, we might actually get the level off of just this one item. I think we got some more maple syrup. Food of the gods. Alright. And another multivitamin. I'm sort of contemplating filling in these two spaces. We'll just drive around in a box. Perfect 3x3. Because right now I've got these two blank spaces. nothing prevents me from putting frames in there and putting a workbench on one side. So if I put like a workbench here, then I could get the benefits of the workbench for crafting speed and not having to put stuff out of my hands and such. I wouldn't be able to walk through that space, so if I were to try to move that direction, I'd have to go here and then out. I don't think you can walk over a workbench. I'd have to actually test it. So yeah, I'm contemplating throwing 2 more frames on. We have parkour, so walking on the frames is still pretty cheap for us. It doesn't really inhibit me much. And I could throw a workbench in on one side, and we're pretty much basically a Humvee minus the frame. It's essentially what we would have. Pretty close to it anyway. I could even put another cargo space in. Frame and a workbench, frame and a cargo space.
I need to go back and watch your tutorials.
Oh god. Don't do that, Lord. Oh, I cringe every time I go back and look at my tutorials. My original tutorial series, the very first thing I put on YouTube. Especially the sound quality. Oh my god. I've advanced a few light years in capability in regards to that. I mean, the tutorial series is fine for about 75 to 80% of the info, but there have been fairly significant changes in a number of the areas, so like all resources for this game, everything's out of date the instant you publish it, whether it's written, whether it's video, it's all immediately out of date, especially if you're playing in the experimental branch. So always take with a grain of salt whatever resource you're using and assume that some of the info might not be quite up to date or correct anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's just parts of it are not going to apply anymore. Yeah, you can do portions of things. So, for example, I have 5 acid bombs here. Well, I got some in my inventory. So, I have 3 acid bombs. So, if I wanted to drop acid bombs, but I only wanted to drop 1, all you have to do is press the number that you want to drop first, then press the right arrow, and it'll put a number symbol in here to indicate you're doing a partial quantity. And then when you press enter, a single acid bomb is now in this space. And that's the only trick to it. Is anytime you want to drop or pick up a specific quantity of an item, just press the number key first, then the arrow key to indicate you would like to drop that item, and it will transfer just that amount. Otherwise, you need to learn how to use this, the Advanced Inventory Manager, AIM, and you can do the same thing here. So if I wanted to move an item out of my inventory, so this pane is set to I for my inventory, this pane is set to the space to my right, and if I wanted to drop just one of these, you can either press enter and the whole thing goes across, or you can go M and it'll ask how many and say 1, and it'll move 1 over. So lots of ways to do it. Just depends on which interface system you're using, the drop menu, or the drop item menu, or the Advanced Inventory Manager menu. But yes, there are ways to do all those things. Your best friend in the whole world when you're learning the game, though, is going to be the question mark. So if you are in a system or a menu like this, the multi-drop menu, and you want to know how to do something, press the question mark key. It's going to show you the specific keys that are valid for whatever screen you happen to be in. And that's the way you can learn how to do the various things. So. And as everybody's mentioning, I have tons of videos over on my YouTube channel, including tutorial series, a quick tip series, university series, many challenges where I just play the game and do crazy things. And I answer a lot of questions on my live streams. So anything you're curious about that I'm doing or not doing that you wonder, feel free to ask, and I or somebody in the audience will likely be able to answer you pretty quickly. Watch the quick slips. They're great tutorials. They are a fantastic way of learning how not to play Cataclysm. I demonstrate during real gameplay bad things to do or things to not do and have bad results. Hey man, I put embarrassing things on the internet for a reason. I don't care if people watch them. It's good training. Alright, I think we're ready to move again. Let's get moving. We're on the road. Oh wait, how much energy do we have? I forgot to check. Look at that. Back to 86, so we have a partly damaged battery, but 86, I mean, I don't remember how much of the day we spent, because I spent only a part of the day. Oh, it's only 1300 actually. We could spend the rest of the day finishing charging up. Let's do that. Let's spend the rest of the day reading some more, doing some crafting. We're already at almost 2 in the afternoon, so that'll let that battery get fully recharged, and we'll just keep doing the same thing. We'll travel, stop, regen, travel, stop, regen as needed. We need to get this other stuff done anyway. So the tailoring thing, I was just talking about putting a workbench in. I guess I could try to pull a frame off of that vehicle. What kind of frames you got? You got regular frames. That's what my bike's made out of. I guess I could... Ugh. That would be the easiest. Rip the door off, rip the roof off, rip the frame off. That would give me one. Do I even have the workbench recipe? I do. Workbench recipe. Oh, that's right. I am out of wire. I can't do any welding until we get the wire refreshed. So, no making the workbench. I can put the frames on. Alright. We'll do it the other way. We'll just relocate a table or a counter or something. Grab. Get out of the way, chair. Grab. Come with me, counter. Alright, I'm going to craft on that counter. So, we were going to do the knit cowl, because it's the level of tailoring I am at, so it's what's going to give us the best XP. It's parts that I have available, doesn't have any requirements for proficiencies or anything. And it's 5 hours, which is pretty good length of time. So next, what I want to do is to maximize my focus before I start. We've already got music going. And we're full, so unfortunately I can't eat again, but we've got some happiness in our system. We'll just let some time pass. I don't think I picked up any happy books. I have Chemistry for Kids as +2 fun, but that'll still drain my focus, I think. Maybe it'll raise it from 73. Let's read that for a short bit. Nah, it's not going to go fast enough. Alright, we'll just wait. I want to get to about 100. We'll do one more. Alright, now we'll make the knit cowl. Knit cowl. And let's hope we make it all the way to the next level. I would like to use regular thread. And focus instantly drops to 14. Hey, we made it! We made it in very short order. Alright, so there we go. Tailoring has hit 5. We're still gaining XP. I'm just going to let it run. Let's see if we can run it all the way to 16 before it finishes the recipe. Very hungry. We'll eat first. Let's have an MRE food. Let's have some ravioli. And we'll finish that up with some malted milk balls, a peppermint patty, a chocolate bar. Basically some fun foods. Some gelatin. Toast them, and we're full. We're still normal weight. Man. Rough. Alright. Continue progress. We only made it 30% of the way through. I don't think we're going to make it to 6. Maybe, but I doubt it, because we're starting at 17, so we're only getting 17% of the XP. That's fine. I don't care. I want more time to pass anyway. Ooh, I saw a green message. Did we actually make it? Oh, we made it! Barely made it. Right ahead of the sun going down. Did we finish the craft? We didn't finish the craft, did we? 85%. We made it to 6. See how good that recipe was? That was an awesome recipe choice. Alright. Why would you care about burning your in progress? What's the point? Just leave it on the ground. If the sight of them bothers you, throw them on a bush, and the bush will hide it from you. Go drive around until you find yourself one of these fire pit things and toss them into the fire pit. Toss them into the lava. I always laugh when I see people asking about that stuff. How do I get rid of this stuff? I don't want this stuff anymore. How do I make it go away in my world? Well, just leave it somewhere. Who cares? Alright, satisfied, hydrated, fully healed. Mucho progress on our tailoring. Happy about that. Sun has gone down. We're not quite tired yet. I'm hesitant to flip a light on, but we'll do it. P:, fab. What do we got for fab? 1 hour, 2 hours. I want a long craft time, but without proficiencies, or at least without part loss. You're not helping me out here, game. Maybe that one. It's only got a 1.1 failure rate, so it takes longer. But it's only a 1.1 failure rate, and I don't really care if I lose strings or scrap metal or cotton patches. So failing and having to put more of those into the recipe doesn't bother me. Good long craft time. Oh, it's too low a level. Damn it. Damn it. I gotta stay up here in the top few. I guess Pilot Light is it. That's actually a really good one anyway, because it's super cheap. So I can just make a bunch of them, even though it's a small recipe time frame wise. It's so super cheap cost part wise that it doesn't really matter. We can just do a batch of them. Let's do 3 of them, and we'll see what happens. Of course, I'm starting from no focus, so XP is going to suck, but where are we at? Fabrication, 16%. Yeah, that's going to suck. We'll find some other recipe for that one. And we'll let focus be high when we start next time. Am I out of battery power in my light? I am. Reload. Memorize the recipe. How exciting. 19 whole %. So yeah, that recipe's not doing it for me. Unfortunately, there's not much else up there I can choose from. That's really the best choice. Not like I can't set it for like 30 of them. Let's do 7 hours for 10, huh? Let's do 5 of them. What time is it? 10 o'clock already. We're not quite tired yet, though. Oh, we have the full moon bonus going on. Day 75, that's right. I should be out raiding cities with the full moon bonus. How silly of me. I'm missing opportunities. %, still going really slow. Damn you, focus. 1:30 in the morning, still not tired. Alright, it's time to turn that off. Turn that off. Unfortunately, where we're at, there's nothing really useful for me to go raid. I can't see far enough into the city. I'd need to actually roll back around to the other side, get a look down here as far as it'll let me, and see if we can spot the parts of the city that I would find interesting, like garages or electronic stores or things like that. None of what I can see right now is useful to me. It's all residences, which rarely will have anything I care about. What bonus does the full moon give? Yeah, so if you look at my screen right now, that is my vision range with the full moon. My normal vision range at night is like 4 spaces, if that. And with the mask, it's even worse. So if I take off the mask, the way night vision used to work a long time ago is it was very simple. Your perception divided by 3. That was how many spaces you could see. So if you had an 8 perception, you could only see 2 spaces. 1, 2. That would be your night vision range. A box like so. They changed the lighting system, which had a secondary effect of reducing the player's vision range, though. So it's no longer holds true that it's exactly divisible by 3. So nowadays, what we used to do in the past was people would put 1 point into perception during character generation. That would bring your perception to 9. And for that 1 point cost, you would gain a space of night vision. You'd go from 2 to 3, which is actually really powerful. That was a really good trade-off and a really good point expenditure. But once they changed the lighting system, you could no longer get that third space of night vision unless you pushed your perception all the way up to 11, which was way expensive, and you really can't afford to do that in most character builds because of the way the math works out now with the adjustments to the lighting system. But yeah, so normally a character without special night vision traits and so on is only going to see a couple of spaces. The full moon is giving me this night vision. It's going to be like 21 spaces. It's about 18 right now. We might not be at the full moon yet, so it might go a little bit further. But, I mean, that's far enough. You're basically walking around almost like daylight. So you're going to see zombies way further out than they're going to see you. They get a tiny vision enhancement during full moons, but it only increases from like 2 spaces to 4 spaces. No, it's not even that much. It's a small amount. You won't even notice what they're getting. But you get a massive night vision bonus. So with this kind of vision at night, it makes it very, very easy to night raid towns, to go into the deeper parts of towns that you can't normally get to, because you can see all the enemies long before they can see you. Now there are circumstances where that won't hold, with shady zombies and nighttime specific zombies that have night vision enhancements. But those are few and far between, especially if you're playing default world conditions where they haven't arrived yet. That kind of stuff doesn't usually show up until later on. So, yeah. The musical instruments you play actually have a negative consequence. They're not just free. They actually have a negative effect. I forget what it was because I haven't used one in a long time. So if we activate a bone flute, you start playing your bone flute. So, I mean, you're getting the music bonus. You know, you're getting music and you're getting that. But there's something, yeah, right there. Yeah, your speed goes down, which you don't care about, I guess, when you're crafting. It's fairly irrelevant for when you're crafting. I just remember there was a negative involved. So unlike the MP3 player, when you're playing an instrument, you actually have a negative consequence. So you don't want to be playing a flute while you're just running around where there's a chance you might get into a fight, because then you're losing speed. But yeah, that's totally irrelevant during crafting. Go away, active bone flute. I don't want you anymore. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm still playing the game after coming up on 5,000 hours, is because you can play it at a high level of interface and knowledge, just understanding some of the bare bones basics, but you learn as you start playing. You kind of master the basics, and then you go, oh, well, this actually has another layer of complexity and depth. If I do these things, it has these modifiers. Then you learn, after they got that there's yet another sub-layer that has consequences and effects, and it just keeps on doing that down so many depth levels that's what the crazy part is. And that's why there's such a huge difference in capability between somebody who's played the game a lot and a brand new player. What will just absolutely massacre a brand new player and will seem just ridiculously impossible and always die, always die, always die. Somebody with a few thousand hours of play is going to look at the situation, know exactly what's going on, exactly what the effects are, the modifiers, the circumstances, the character abilities, the enemy abilities, the movement rates, the action point system. So many things they know and they can take advantage of that it'll be a walk in the park and easy to survive in. And it's all down to knowledge and experience, which is good. That indicates there's depth to the systems, and that the character or the human involved, the meat puppet actually playing the game, can improve their knowledge and their experience base through play. It's just not a binary it's possible, it's not possible kind of situation because of very, very thin, shallow game systems. So, but it does have a very heavy upfront cost of learning. So that interface and the depth of systems and the amount of just raw stuff that you can do in the game scares off a lot of people. They just get an instant analysis paralysis with, I mean, they open this screen and go, what the hell? What is all this stuff? What do I make? Why do I make it? How do I make it? Where do I get all this stuff? It's just a million questions right off the bat. And there's just so many things you can do that people just don't know about. Like, I mean, all these action thingies, what do these do? And it's just, it's complicated. But it's also $0 or zero of any currency to play. And once you do put in the time and effort to get the basics down, you've got a really, really huge pool of vastly configurable fun that you can have. All right, so speech for the day over. Let's see. My t-shirt's about to go. We'll have to fix some of our clothing here eventually, too. Am I not wearing my Kevlar? Oh, never mind. I am. My anti-homing rock vest. That's correct. 1:30 in the morning. We're not sleepy. I've got to go do some exercise and get some sleep. Let's do that. Miscellaneous workout. Yes, heavy. 15 minutes. And I'm tired. Stop training. Go to sleepy. Yeah, you just got to exercise some self-control there, Rem. At a certain point, knowledge is a curse. And that's why I don't go to certain places. I mean, you don't see me run TCLs, not because I'm worried about going there. It's because I know if I go there, it's going to overpower the character too quickly, generally. Same thing with military bases. Same thing with all the places that you typically don't see me go to. Just like I don't run over to the blacksmith guy and get all the medieval weaponry and everything and the armor right away. It's just, you got to pick your self-control points and exercise restraint in what you will and won't take advantage of in order to still provide some kind of a challenge for you. Otherwise, knowledge will rapidly reduce your ability to enjoy the game if you actually use and abuse things to the full extent of your knowledge. Play terrible characters in terrible worlds and don't let yourself go to the high power, easy cheesable places. That's the key to longevity in Cataclysm play. Otherwise, burnout is going to happen. Oh, inherent knowledge of the TCL gives you opportunities and access to some pretty ridiculous stuff. Especially at the knowledge level I know you have at it. You're a lot more experienced at it than I am. You guys have seen my every minute of TCL, which is like two times where I've done any real amount of time in there. You've probably got 20 times that much at least. Alright, we're not leaving anything I care about, right? I don't care about those. I don't care about the bone flute. And the vehicle is back to 94. Almost got it back to full. Mission accomplished. Alright, so we were what? Just gonna go up the road? I guess. I was gonna do something, now I've forgotten already. Oops, you guys let me do time passing things without having my gas mask on. You're all trying to get me infected with cold or flu. I see how it is. Wonder if I can fix my mace yet. Yeah, I was passing time and sleeping without my mask on. I could have gotten sick. Let me go scout again. Ah, stupid water. Water everywhere. Scout taking out a Kraken. It is a lab body site. I've already got enough ID cards. I don't see anything else up there. It's a shame we don't have fun lab or scientist sites anymore. They took all the fun stuff out of the loot tables. I miss the fun old days in some ways. That dude's a little close to this bridge, and he might end up squatting on the bridge area, meaning I wouldn't be able to easily pass back and forth. So I got to commit to getting past him and just keep going, or we backtrack quite a ways. Try to work our way around this city, which would end up being a dead end anyway, probably, given this expanse of water. Probably comes north a bit. Let's lure him south a bit. I hate to waste the electric energy. Fused dragonflies. Fused dragonflies. What appears to be a single enormous insect with a swollen abdomen is actually the unholy union of two dragonflies in the act of mating. Bodies still locked in the telltale heart shape. Remains of their wings and abdomens form an egg sac they sluggishly pull between them. Fun, fun. Sometimes there's fun stuff in the backs of these cop cars. As long as there's not a Migo scout coming to shoot you in your face. Scissor jack. Well, that's not too exciting. So the bridge put us up a level. That combined with our binoculars gave us the expanded view. Not a lot to look at. We're just heading into new territory. Another body sites. Cocaine drug sites. Another fire pit. Hey there, portal to another dimension that then let lava flow through into our world. Tear in reality. Yeah, just any items you don't want, just lug over here and toss into the lava pit. You know, just walk through a couple things of raging fire and toss it right in there. That'll take care of anything you want. I'm surprised I've seen 2 of them in short order. They're usually pretty rare. Unfortunately, I don't truck with Samwise Gamgee. This Frodo travels alone. Alright, the orchard. Silo. Wouldn't mind getting up on the silo. We can do it without getting any other attention. One does not simply quad bike into Mordor. Whoa! Well, that's the new farm system. Hey guys, look! The new farm system. There you go. The new farm. The mega farms.